Hello and welcome to Alchemist Whim. I am Alchemist Jen. It's great to see you today. Hope you're having an alright one. That'd be super. Today's whim of the day is to show you some of the ice dyed yarn I did last night, and well, 2 nights ago as I started it. Last night I washed it. So let's take a gander. I also visited Little Button Craft in Rochester, dropped off some goodies for them, and picked up some goodies, so I want to share that too. So first up, yarn. So this is cotton and merino wool, and this is ice dyed, so you're going to see some nice transitions. You're going to see some bare yarn where it didn't go all the way through, which is totally cool, expected response to how the skeins are laid in. Put them in a bucket, and then with a little bit of soda ash bath in there, kind of pre-soak it, and then I add powdered dye to the top and then ice on top. So this particular one, what I've noticed is the chunkier the dye compared to the more powdery the dye, it's like the consistency of the actual dye powder does affect how it spreads and goes through. So I'll show you some other colors, and their saturation is just totally different based off of the actual powder and what it wants to do. Some of them just have bigger pieces, and they don't spread, or some of them are so fine that they just go everywhere. So really cool interactions there. So this is kind of piled in nice little buckets. You're going to see some interactions of different colors. I mean, that's just gorgeous. So just kind of give you an idea of the spread of colors that are on that skein. So that's going to have a lot of little stripes all the way through whatever is knitted or crocheted, which is really kind of fun. Little stripes, little pops of color here and there. It's going to look like a party. It's going to look like confetti. This one, you definitely see a difference in the spread of color. So I definitely found that these are more powdery, so they just kind of sat on top a little differently and then went through the fibers differently because of the nature of the dye itself, the dye powder. So really great colors there. Quite fun, less bare dye, but what's there is really cool too. So it's really quite fun. So lots of really good colors. And then the third one, again, you can see where the powderiness came through in that blue, and then it's got a little peach, and it's a green that ended up splitting. So just fascinating. Look at what dye does and how it comes out. So just wanted to share those goodies with you. So it's still damp, but it really is drying quicker now than it was in the winter. Maybe the warmth is helping the evaporation of the water, so that's pretty cool. So I still plan on getting a spin dryer type thing to help things dry quicker, especially helps my turnaround on dyeing quite immensely at that point too, because then if it's mostly dry, when it goes in the drying rack, it'll be much easier to go forward with. So yay for yarn. So those are cool. And then I got some goodies at Little Button Craft. So this one is really shiny, so it's probably going to show up really odd on the camera, but I figured, why not? Just still show it anyway. It's a sticker from MTC Pottery out Rochester area. They do really cool mugs and cat things, and I got a sticker. It is holographic, so it's probably not going to show up, but I'll give it a quick little flash. Maybe you can get an idea of it. Then I got a keychain from Alliteration Artworks in Rochester area too. Amazing work. They're just fantastic. So I admire their fiber work, and and do these beautiful fabric 3D D20 dice too. So really, really fantastic. Great to have a piece. And then I've been looking for a keychain type thing anyway, because I'm a complete dork and I like irony and things. So I kept the when I got my car, I kept the key tag on that came from the dealership, just because the person who sold me the car goes by the name Poncho, and it's actually in quotes on the keychain, and I really like the irony of it. So I just kind of kept that because it made me laugh. It felt funny. Also, it felt funny to have that on there and ridiculous. So that's why I kept it. It was a weird, sanity point for me. And it's so silly and stupid, but anyway, that's why I kept it. Handing over my keys to get my car serviced, though, they probably look at me like, what? Who are you? No one does this. Probably think I'm, some Looney Tunes person, but I don't know why that's even a phrase. I don't know why I said it that way. I don't really care what they think of me, but yeah. So now I've got this beautiful rainbow to put on my keys. So that feels better. Nice colors. Yay. And then I got this flippin' amazing print. I have no idea who did it. So I'd love to know, because they did amazing work. And it is shiny, so I don't want to take it out of the plastic. So I'm going to show it. Hope it's not too glary. So caterpillar with yarn. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. And then I was like, I totally need to crochet a caterpillar. So I won't go for the same colors, because that feels like it's too much of a draw, but I like the idea of a caterpillar, so I'm going to try to figure out how to do one. So crocheting caterpillar, having a pattern sounds pretty flippin' amazing, so I'll figure out how to do that. I mean, there's got to be a lot of fun things to do, so stay tuned. You're going to see it happen. It's going to be real. I think I'm at that point that I really need to decide on what kind of yarn I want to go forward with my patterns, because I feel like if I start creating too many things and then my gauge is off, or my samples don't reflect the fact that I'm using yarn that I've dyed, I guess I'm in that place where I need to figure out what that is. So I mean, something like the cotton is fun, because cotton really crochets up well, so I might end up going something like that rather than a wool, which is one of my original thoughts. I also want to keep the price down, so the initial cost of it, I want to keep it lower, because I mean, if you were going to be buying yarn for that purpose, generally speaking, it's usually a lower cost yarn to be able to turn into creatures. So a lot of people use acrylics, so I'm just kind of playing with that idea, ways to make it affordable, accessible, and easy to use. So a caterpillar in our future sounds amazing. I like that he kind of looks like a Ron Perlman faced cat, whatever those are. I forget by now. Life happens and you don't keep all the things in your head. So yeah, so those are my thoughts of the day. Yarn, caterpillar. Yeah, that's pretty much it. So yeah, I think that I also figured out what I want to have in my little canvas, if I can pull it out of my thing. I've got these weird doodles, but maybe I just need to have some cat head outlines. If I put cat head outlines in the rest of it, I think that would probably work. So that's my current thought, and then I'll just go ahead and probably do some painting over it, and then see what happens with the lines. Figure out which ones I want to accentuate, and maybe still do some fiber on there too. So I'll see. I don't know. I'm having really just fun and doing random things, and then being able to pick it up and add to it. There's no pressure on it. I've got other canvases too, so no pressure kind of works for me as far as being able to paint. So I find that I paint better when I'm not really going in any specific direction, or if I am, I don't really expect a certain, it's not for something other than me, which is kind of fun. So, you know, those will probably end up showing up either on the site or maybe shows. I mean, I could easily do some gallery shows, so, or whatever. So it's really, anything's possible. Why not have fun with it? So that's what I'm doing today. Just keep creating, and I hope that you're having a good day and you're doing what you love, and focusing on being you. And so, not what anybody else wants you to be you. All right, thanks for joining me. See what the whim takes us tomorrow. Toodaloo.